Have you ever met someone who could talk for hours about change, but never actually changed anything? We all know people like that. They speak beautifully about dreams, about plans, about becoming better. Their words sound inspiring, almost convincing. But when you look at their life, nothing really moves. This is the story of a young man who learned that one quiet step forward matters more than the loudest promise ever spoken. His name was Arjun, and he lived in a modest town where everyone crossed paths sooner or later. Arjun had a gift with words. Whenever people gathered near the tea stalls or sat together in the evenings, he was the one talking. He spoke about the small farm he would one day start, growing vegetables for the whole town. He talked about repairing the old footpath near the river that everyone complained about. He even promised to teach local children after work, sharing stories and lessons to guide them. People enjoyed listening to him. His words painted pictures in their minds. They nodded, smiled, and believed him. But weeks turned into months, and nothing changed. No farm appeared. The footpath remained broken. No children gathered for lessons. One afternoon, while walking home, Arjun passed by the house of an elderly carpenter named Raghav. The old man was bent over, repairing a wooden gate that stood behind his house, hidden from the main road. Arjun stopped and watched for a moment. "Why do you work so hard on something no one sees?" he asked. Raghav didn't look up. He placed the wood carefully and struck the nail 3 steady times. Then he wiped his brow and said, "This gate doesn't need to be admired. It needs to hold." Arjun laughed lightly and replied, "I've been thinking of building something too, a small workshop. I'd make furniture for people who need it. I've planned everything in my head." Raghav nodded. "When will you start?" Arjun shrugged. "Soon. I'm waiting for the right time." The old man paused and asked quietly, "Of all the things you talk about, which one are you working on today?" The question settled heavily in Arjun's chest. He had no answer. That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. He realized how often he had used words to replace action. Talking about change made him feel productive without demanding effort. The next morning, before telling anyone anything, Arjun walked to the broken footpath by the river. It wasn't large, just a few wooden boards laid across stones. Some had rotted away. He didn't know much about repairs, but he knew he could try. He gathered old planks from his shed and began removing the damaged boards. The work was harder than he expected. His hands burned, his back ached, and more than once he wanted to quit. But he didn't stop. He returned the next day, and the day after that. Some days he fixed only one board. Other days he tightened the ropes along the sides. After 2 weeks, people began to notice. They saw Arjun working quietly, without speeches. A boy stopped to help. Then the boy's father brought tools. Others followed, not because Arjun asked, but because they saw something real happening. 3 weeks later, the path was usable again. It wasn't perfect, but it was strong. Arjun visited Raghav once more. "I fixed the footpath," he said. The old man smiled. "I know. I walked across it." Arjun admitted, "It's not perfect." Raghav replied, "Perfect things rarely exist. Finished things do." From that day on, Arjun changed. He stopped announcing his plans. He planted a small garden, just a few seeds at first. He began telling stories to children without making it an event. Some things failed, others succeeded, but things were finally getting done. People trusted him now, not because of what he said, but because of what he did. Years later, Arjun understood the truth that changed his life. Real change happens quietly. It begins with one small action taken without applause. The world doesn't need more beautiful talk. It needs people willing to place one board, plant one seed, and show up again tomorrow. And maybe that's the lesson for you too. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Don't announce your intentions. Start small. Start today. Let your actions speak when your words fall silent.